All right. All right. What's good, everybody? What's good? Welcome to another session, another stream, another podcast here on the Chaos Rain Show. I am Chaos Rain. And today, we're going to wrap up some things. And the reason why I had to and take place or, had to do part two on this is because there were some things left and some things that I had to look at and emphasize because my biggest problem with the panda bear scenario here in these communities is that these panda bears follow a well written document script that never fails in regards to extracting money or what they call resource in the little communities we're in, especially amongst black folks. And let's be fair and honest. The people that more gullible and more stupid that follow these type of gentlemen are unfortunately black women. Yeah. And because of this, a lot of you ladies, you get not only the men that you said that you don't like, but you get whatever in life you get what you deserve. Um, and I will do a conclusion part of this thing about black women leaving the church. And to my opinion, this is just me. Before I play this video, and I have some other things to say. If black women are now starting to get the picture and start leaving the church in mass numbers, the only thing that's in their future now is they're leaving one institution of a church and now going into another church, which is called a digital church, which is called the Pander Spear. I like the coin called Panda Spear, meaning there are so-called pastors and so-called, I like to use word, but I'm using anyway, Hotep Negroes up there telling and preaching such sweet message to you ladies to tell the men and chastise men so that way they can get back in order so you could sit there feast and suck the blood off men that unfortunately are doing things that they should be doing in their own lives and being productive. And I'll be honest with you, most women today, most of my women don't really qualify for a productive man. And I'm just gonna be pretty serious on that. I hold no tongues or bars on that. Oh man, I forgot one thing. Oh shit, I did forget this. Hold on. Where is it? Okay, I got it back up. All right. So me saying this is I'm being just straight up honest. And things like this brother should never exist, but he does this in not a good way. Let me see. I'm just checking some things now. Where is my good friend DOD? Is that it? Oh, that's it. Okay. Let me send this who. So enough said that. The links to follow me are the above. You can follow me on Twitter at ChaosRain7. You can add me as a friend on Facebook, Eric Ray on Facebook. You can also join my Discord service as well. And please follow my Rumble handler. It is CRain23 at Rumble. Hold on. And last but not least, please become a member of the Chaos Rain Show as well. Oh, I also, you will notice there will be a video that's already on the channel, right? I would like y'all to check that out. There was some things that I showed and proof evidence about. He said that he has more men watching and consume his content to the point where he is teaching men how to be this, that, and third. But when we look at most of his reels and videos on social media, they are pure women. You'll find that in the that video on my channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And you'll see the first video that's up that will show the talking about this panda bear something. Hold on. All right. So I think that's all my introductions. Did I miss anything? Let me just double check one more thing before I get this thing started. Let me search for it now. Where is it? Because it's one more thing I gotta check. All right. All right, that's good. All right. Now, I will not put on this one. All right, so no further ado, guys. I think I'm all set. So let's wrap this so-called nonsense up. And God, I tell you, man, the pandering never stops, and it's sick, man. All right, here we go, guys. This is for y'all. And I'll put the link for those that want to come up. I doubt people want to come up because this is one of them streams that last minute, but you know how it is. The show must go on. So let's go. Here we go. And also fair use. Let's begin.
You could hold on, fellas. He can say that. He can say that as much as he wants to, over and over again. But you notice how one thing that he never mentioned was character.
Brother,
no,
I love.
Why you always trying to interrupt me when I start to talk?
I love that because
I'm gonna let him have it.
I did.
You didn't.
When a man moves out of the attributes of God, that is his character.
No,
the attributes is the character, my brother. Can we do some? He can't read. Can we give him some dictionary words real quick?
So now we throwing ad hominem attack. This is what happens when they're no longer able to have an intelligent conversation.
You did this last time. You called me a simp. You didn't know the word of a simp.
Give me a second.
But you are a simp, and using ad hominems, you have shown your actual character in your hand, and you are right now dismissed, unfortunately. And let's be honest, because it's gonna get very tight for those that even watch this. And like I said, Harley Initiative, this is a very well put together podcast. Now I heard rumor the moderators should have been better, but okay. But overall, these two men should have the discussion nonetheless. All right, let's see anything. All right, so I'll probably put the link. Let me just find the link. All right, let's keep going. Fairies.
Come on, bro.
This is what happens when you're unable to have an intelligent conversation. Is that you start throwing ad hominem attacks, right? But here's the beautiful thing about it.
I'm here.
Let me give women a real insight. Look for the God in him, and that's beyond what he's describing.
So how do they do that? How do they do that?
Give me a second.
How do they do that?
That's cute.
You need to get some more. You need to get some more water out of.
He gonna need it. I told you. What did I tell you to get him before it started?
There we go. We got backups.
What did I tell you to get him before we started that he was gonna need?
You told me I had a jug of water.
But the thing about it is that sometimes these people can't even see the attributes because they haven't fully developed themselves to be what they're supposed to be in God. You gotta fix yourself before you get into a relationship.
Hold on. What?
Let me finish.
You just disagreed when I said that.
I'm speaking to the women. You were speaking to men. I'm speaking
to
Yes, indeed. He's speaking to the women. For the men that really got their mental right, hell, if you got your money right, you might be fine. Now, we all know not all men are made and constructed to be equal, but nonetheless, you gotta get your in order. You know what I'm saying? Get it in order. All right, let's keep going. Fairies.
The women should be together before they get with a man, but not a man.
Listen. You're not listening. You listening to respond instead of listening to understand.
Come on now, brother.
Everybody needs to get themselves together before they find themselves looking for or opening themselves up to the possibility of dating. Because everybody not ready to date just because they want a man.
Should they date or should they not date? You talking about me twisting words up?
Before they start looking for the opportunity to date. A lot of times women don't even know what's best for themselves. So just because you want to do something shouldn't be because that's not what you're supposed to do. That's why she needs the guidance and the covering of her father. That's another man that's in her life.
I agree.
So I'm not telling them to date. I said before they look to find themselves in a situation where they want to date or get into a relationship. You can look to have sex with somebody, but it doesn't mean that you should do it. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why you got to listen to understand instead of listening to respond. My point is that there's equal amount of work that needs to be done on both parts, not just to men.
If anyone's in the chat room, you may come up on the panel. I'm opening this up. This will not be a closed conversation. I want to hear from either men or ladies that come up, unfortunately. And let's have this conversation because he's going to go in about this thing about raising other people's children and some other things. So let's listen. Let's get it. Listen, pay attention closely. All right.
Women, if you think that there's a man that's going to come into your life to fix you, that's a problem. That is a problem. Then that absolves you from actually taking ownership and responsibility for who you are, because you have a soul too. And you also gonna have to answer to the things that you did on this earth, including the people that you hurt, the children that you have out of wedlock, and they don't wanna have that conversation with you because they look at you as a monetary gain. They look at you as a consumer. They look at you as a fan. I'm not looking at you as a fan. I'm looking to save your soul. I'm looking to tell you that you need to do the work and submit yourself to God before you can submit yourself to somebody else. You need to be a follower. You need to be a straight up follower of the word of God and get in your Bible and understand exactly what to look for, especially if you ain't got that covering, because the only person that can reveal it to you is God.
All praises.
Now, if y'all recall, and you know what's funny? Doing these streams, these videos, I found a connection. And my connection is this. Women are leaving the church. There are some videos out there. I did a stream on this. And we find that men have pretty much abandoned church decades ago. Now think about it. What's the link? I'll tell you the link. The link is that most people don't want to seek God no more, or seek what they call Lord and Savior Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. They want to seek the devil. They want, and now everybody said this is gonna be spookinism. Hear me out. Hear me out. Chill. If you're not seeking the Lord or God, you're by default looking for and seeking the devil, evil. Because that's the opposite. Don't you agree? Now, a lot of people say there's no agreement because we have to reconceptualize these things. There are polarities in nature and life. There is a north, there's a south, there's a positive, negative, etc. If you're not going this direction, you're going by far the opposite direction. For ladies, yes, you must fix your goddamn self. And I mean, fix yourself. You must fix yourself. It means clean your heart. Get your body somewhat in order. And when I mean get in order, do not go by artificial means. Do not go through surgery. I don't want to see you going for a night and then see you come the next day with a big ass butt. Get all the fat sucked out of your body or some unknown fats and stick it in places where the body does not adapt well. Did y'all know the BBL is the most dangerous procedure known to man? Are you aware of that, men and ladies? There are articles, stories of women dying right on the bed right now, get in hopes to get a big butt. Matter of fact, one dude on one channel, and the guy did a very good podcast, Mr. Guru, the black one. He talked to one lady from Georgia, somewhere in Buckhead, and she went our way because she was a dancer. You know what this went and got? And she's, I think she's in her 30s now, like 34, 35. This chick got a BBL. And she has the dash to say that she weighs only 190. Now I look back and I look dead at that screen and I say, and this comes to mind.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up. God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
You can't. You can't make it up. And not only you can't make it up, let's be honest. You went and paid to get your body done. So that way you could be hopes to maybe make more money off some loser dudes that will fantasize and flock over your body that wants to bust enough nuts in you, in your throat, and in your in your womb, and probably in other places, the holes that is unmanageable. You did all that crap just to hopefully to get more money out your pocket. Now, there was a video circling out, and I never did get a chance to formulate it, and I apologize because I didn't have the time. But I'm trying to think. I can't find it. But if I do, I'll come back in future streams or videos, talk about it. But the woman said it best at what a BBL attracts. It attracts hustlers, losers, mums, etc. So you're not attracting productive men, or men that's just doing what they have to do. Hell, even the dude is making 40, 50, or even maybe a little more if he make a little more. You're not really attracting those on the average. And if you do get those type of men that is working the regular 9 to 5, we all know how it ends. You're getting pump and dump. You're getting smash. You're getting your cheeks clapped and getting your throat banged out. And that's as far I'm gonna go. So you're not attracting nothing. So that lady that was talking to the black man, the guru man, she never really explained herself why she ain't got it. But we all know why you ain't got it. Black women, listen to me. Let me make myself bigger. As a man, another man speaking from other men, and other men will tell you, so I'll be honest with you. Your BBL is not a prize. It's a liability. And now a liability is a flight risk to not only your health, but the ones around you. Getting a bigger ass, if it's not done naturally or put in work, does not benefit or serve you well in regards to getting a real outcome in life. That's like a man wanting to go get a plastic surgery to make his phallus wider and thicker. He could do that if they have surgery like that, but here's the problem. It does not better his, how you say, it does not better not only the image, but it does not better if a black man, let's say, gets that type of procedure for his own private part. It does not help his status in regards being more of a higher tier man. So let that sink in. All right, let's keep going. Fairies.
So check it out, y'all.
It's getting heated.
We got everybody coming into the room right now. You're hearing the passion. I had to drop the AC earlier. Thank God I did. It's still hot, even though I dropped it. Antón Daniels came in straight down from the D one-day trip to come here and speak to Yada Awakening about these very important conversations. And the crazy thing is, I'm looking at the chat. Even the chat is absolutely divided. Let's actually read some of these super chats.
6,200 people in the chat right now. Shout out to Silent Sniper. Wait, so now going against men of today isn't enough. We gotta attack Adam too. Yada is wild. Shout out to AQ. Please define business relationship. Marriage is a covenant. How is this a business relationship? I think AQ needs a little bit more detail. Shout out.
What's good, Tevin? How you doing, brother? Hope everything's well. I did say what's up, Mr. O. I hope everything's going well, Tevin. Hope everything in your studies and everything good. As you know me as a man of content creator, I go through the struggles, but nonetheless, content, nonetheless. Oh, and for those that probably might watch this, if you want to support the Chaos Rain Show, you could support by the super chat. Cash App, I'll take. Normally don't get those, but I'll take that. But other than that, super chats are welcome. But like I said, your support will help. And for those that don't know what I mean by support, I'll show you. I'll really show you. I better show you than anything else.
I want my money.
I told you.
Where is my money?
Benny, Bring me everyone.
I need my money. I need my money.
What do you mean everyone?
That's how you support. Let's keep going. Fair use.
Michael Mitchell says, shout out to Antón and the Bag Chasers. We up 100%. Shout out to Samaya says, if you read the Holy Bible and the Holy Quran, you will know in depth Islam and Christianity go.
Now, obviously, we don't got Muslims here, so we don't really worry about the Quran or Holy Quran, all that nonsense. I would fast forward, but I want them to go do their talk around. But meanwhile, for those that will leave comments, sometimes the comments will not pop up when I know you leave a comment, depending if the stream was boring or not. I will have to read it. I go through my channel sometimes to see what's going on. So don't think that because people are present, I don't know what's going on. For those that know. All right. Let's see if they stop talking.
Shout out to Howdu Muslima says, Yada, we need like you. Please teach these boys how to be men. Women are tired of these weak males. I say congratulations to your wife thousands of times. May Allah bless you both. And
how you doing, sir? Welcome, Mr. Jalen Truth.
Guys, man, y'all really killing it. Shout out to all the support we getting tonight. Again, 6,200 people in the chat. Shout out to Seminole 2014. The woman is not God. That's a blasphemous statement. A man ain't God either. God is above all. Follow him sincerely and he'll guide you in all your ways. I want better for black people, but it might be too late. And shout out to Atlanta Street's interview, who's been going crazy in the chat.
It's never too late for black people because that's subjective. When we talk about too late, what do you mean? Is it too late in America or is it too late in general? I mean, they need to contest. They gotta be contest a lot of things. All right, let me see if they stop.
The Bag Chasers, man, it's been an incredible night.
All right, hold on, they're still talking. So let me I'm trying to find this. Where is it? All right, where is it? Oh, I forgot my channel. Hold on. All right. Oh, good. It popped up. So let me do this. I'm gonna pin this and a call links in the chat room so they might want to come. They can come up. All right, let's go. Wait, hold on.
All right, but we're going into round 3. You ready?
So as we continue on to this, all right. Hello, who's this?
Oh, hey, Chaos. What's up?
How you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. So I think it's your first time here, Jalen, onto the channel. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I got banned from certain panels because I had an opinion about something. So,
have you watched this debate between Mr. Daniels and Mr. Yada Awakening?
Oh yes, that was yesterday. I did watch it, and I have to agree with Antón Daniels on everything what he's saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you agree with him in general, or you agree with him on his views on the perspective of the Bible and how it relates to people? Because Yada does speak about the Bible, but he doesn't.
I can't hear you.
Oh, you hear me? Hello, you hear me? Can we get it?
Yeah, I can hear you. Your mic.
All right. In regards to the Bible, because Antón and Yada have been talking about the Bible, and I'm not really heavily Bible worshiper, Bible thumper.
Me too.
That Yada keep emphasizing on that word. Do you think or believe that he only used the word of God to attack men, but to preserve the women?
No, he don't. I don't think Antón Daniels do that stuff.
No, I'm sorry, Yada, not Yada. Yada Waker. Do you think he used the word of God in regards to attack the man, but help preserve the woman?
Yes, he's a pandering simp.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes.
Good. Okay. Yeah, so like I said, Antón was using the same scripture against him. And my thing is this: if the ladies are going by his content because of the scripture alone, I question really if they really have learned. Because this is another man that made money in this community. And he didn't make small money, he made a lot of money. And his message really caters to the women heavily. But he goes around and tells Antón in the previous live stream I did, how he said that his audience is more majority men than women. Do you really believe that or not?
I believe not, sir.
And why is that?
Because I don't believe in anything that. I'm just to be honest, I don't believe in none of that stuff. To be honest.
Okay. And the reason I mentioned, go ahead, finish what I'm saying.
No, you good. I got. No, you good. Go ahead.
Oh, hello. Mike, is Mike went off? Go, say again. Your mic went off.
I got a webcam microphone.
All right. Well, like I said, I only ask these questions because you have not watched. But let's sit back and watch more as they're gonna go to this next round, and it's gonna get very interesting. This right here. So let me continue playing. And for those that are listening, keep your ears glued in to this one. Fair use.
For round 3, drop a round 3 right now. And make sure, by the way, Ryan did something very special for y'all. Your 100 prompt questions are here. Date night, game night, family night, whatever. Your Hardly in Love dating cards are here. What's the discount code again for them tonight?
Debate, DEBATE for 20% off your order, guys.
20% off.
And don't forget, we got Yada's Apple of Eve, which is an intercellular cleanse. Over 1,000 5-star reviews, which is excellent because it's hard. First off, we know about that. It's hard to get to 1,000 5-star reviews. So shout out to Yada. And this is the thing. It's really healing. It's healed you. Yes. And that was the liver and the kidney. Yes. And mom's bone cancer. This is an amazing product, guys. So make sure you cop that link in the description. And this is the thing. He also is looking out for the bag chasers, NDBA, and initiates because he gave us a very special discount just for you. Click the link, takes you straight to the page. Go ahead and cop that ASAP.
Absolutely. And people, just so we know too, Antón has been helping a ton of people help achieve. Come up in that spirit, you just want to promote that brother here.
And so this thing, we're a product of the product. We're the product of the product because we done called you to get the form.
Can I be truthful?
A lot of people here, but the conversation must be had. All right, I'm gonna start this one here with you, Yada.
Yes.
Because we popped off with Antón last time. Should men be open to dating women with children?
Now, for those that don't know. And I don't know if I talked about this on my channel about the views that if a man doesn't have no children, should he date or deal women with children? Now, as you know, I don't advocate much of any man. If you don't have no children, you could do it as you please. But if you're going to deal with women with children, keep in mind that you will not always be first. You'll be second and last. And even your place in the pecking orders, you also don't have the authority to really give actual discipline to one said children that's not yours, which I did not know about. And I just knew about this recent years ago. I don't deal. I've not really messed with a woman with children like that or like that, but this stories I've heard, and I will take it as gospel and truth because I don't see the significance of someone if you had kids by someone else in whatever situation, especially more than multiple children by different men. That's a you problem, and you as a lady, you have to fix that. But let's listen to the response and answer this question.
He know better. He know this about to go so bad.
No. Can I be truthful?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can I be truthful, please, brother?
This round you can't be there.
Okay.
Last round it was a little rough.
Okay. I don't believe personally that we should put our women in boxes. If a woman has a child or doesn't have a child, a good woman is a good woman. My wife had a child prior to me. And I love this child loves me, but the child also knows that I'm not her father, but I play a role as a father figure in her life. She's probably watching right now. And if you're watching right now, baby girl, I love you and I'm thankful for you.
I don't know why the children are watching it so late at night, but that's not a question. Fair use.
When a man is able to lead, guide, and protect, when a man's able to walk with the attributes of the Most High God, it doesn't matter if the woman is single or not, because if a man can lead, he can lead. It doesn't matter if the woman has 3 children, 2 children, 1 child, no child. If the man can lead, he can lead. I believe, my opinion in my heart, that when a man is truly invested into God and into bettering himself, God's going to send him an aid, regardless if the aid has a child or no child. I don't think we should keep telling women, oh, your value is lowered because you have children. That makes no sense. Now, brothers, I believe that if you're unable to even deal with your own personal emotions, I think you should stay alone and by yourself, or get with a woman that has nothing else going on. Y'all can probably grow together. But when you're coming into a woman's life that has a child, you have to be.
Have you noticed Antoine's face? He gives that look, say, nigga, what? Nigga, who?
Man, I will not. I will not take that nigga advice. I wouldn't. I'm like, man, this nigga talking crazy.
But everybody knows he's talking crazy. But like I said, it's a script. For those that understand, when you're pandering to the opposite sex, you have to have a layout script, a dialogue, what you're gonna say that's gonna sucker them in, so they attach themselves to you, and they go to your product line, your website. If you ever seen his website, it's pretty interesting. He has a line of products that do work. They do clean the body and all that stuff. And I see the marketing scheme of things, but at the end of the day, you gotta really sell some bullish to get the bait or get the fish out the pond. I like to say so myself. Hey, let's go. Praise.
Able to lead. You have to be able to father. You have to be able to teach, and you have to be able to love unconditionally, because I love my wife's child as if she's my own flesh and blood. So I don't believe personally that we should put a woman in the box because a man might overlook a divine asset sent to him by God just because she has a child. I don't agree to that. And that's like me telling a woman, overlook this man because he has children. No, I believe an asset is an asset.
Most women, on the average, if they have kids, they're going to deal with a man. If he has kids, they're going to still deal with that man regardless. Because if he's a part of her life or his life, wherever, he has to pay for that. But people don't know. This is why a lot of men tell younger men or men at a certain age that, if they want to choose to have children, that you start fresh. Because think about this. If you know it's Jalen, where you from, Jalen? You from Tennessee? What state you from?
Tennessee.
Okay. I'm ready. Okay. So, and mind you, the state of Tennessee, that's still, depending what part of Tennessee, that's still a black predominantly area in the state. Am I right? Still a lot of black people in Tennessee, right? I think out of all countries in the United States, I think that's like top 10, 7, but regardless of this, my question, Jalen, there's more women than men right now, right? And out of all the women, if you met around or you ask questions you dealt with, how many of them from your own experience has kids and looking for a boyfriend or a husband? That's the question. Go.
What you say? I can't hear you.
Hey, can you hear me well, Jalen? Do I sound clear?
No, sir, I can't hear you.
All right, you got to jump down, jump back in. That's
Yeah. I think that's. Let me.
Thank you. All right, let's keep going.
A woman that has a child isn't a liability, and if she's coming into your life to help you maneuver and to be.
All right. Did it correct it? Let me see if I sound better. Do I sound good? Do I sound choppy? How I sound?
Yes, you sound better, but Chaos Range, I have to tell you like this, man. It's just, do you think the black women will boycott single motherhood or not?
No, black women today, as it stands, promote it, and the reason why they will promote it more is because they want to have the opportunity to find a man that will give them the life that they desire. of what they see on television or really the internet. That's why when you hear the stories when they have children by their previous baby daddy, you always ask question. So you stayed with him for a year or two, and you fully invested that you had his kid, and now you broke it off. Why? You ever notice women never give you a real honest answer why they broke off with the baby daddy?
Man, I'm telling you right now, man. I just can't. I will not date a woman with kids. I have people shame me for that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what, Chaos Ring? You know how many baby daddies got murdered behind this stuff? They dealing with single mothers. You heard stories about that, right?
Yeah, but we like to use word. We'll change words, say using the M word. We'll call it deletion for the sake of YouTube, because I don't give a crap about YouTube, but YouTube is with language. But
Chaos Range, you know what happened? They been censoring me on YouTube. I'm like, man, forget this. I'm gonna have to go to Rumble.
Well, I would say this: if you're a content creator, I'm not sure how long you've been doing content. If you've been doing this more than a year, you always want to have different portals so you're able to put out your content. You should never stay on one portal. Do you understand me, Jalen? I never tell anybody, and I've been doing this now for a few years now. I never thought of going into this to stay on one platform. I spread myself out as best possible. So I would tell you, if you are a person that's feeling trapped or censored, you might have to spread yourself out. Do you understand?
I hear you.
You should never stay comfortable and let me tell you something, because this is not the purpose of the stream. This is only the hub because this is where everybody's eyeballs are at. That's why a lot of people still deal with this website. If anyone else would give them the same value or more, they would not stay on this website today. Jalen, you get me? Now that means that people will go to another platform and go but crazy. No, you have to move like you have some sense when you're on using somebody else's platform. Do you understand me?
I understand.
All right, so let me continue playing this. Fair use, guys. Fair use.
Becoming your greatest version, because a woman can't help a man become greater emotionally and mentally. She adds on to the man. And if the child is there, this man, especially if he doesn't have children, he can learn how to father through this. So ladies, please hear me. Your value is not dropped because you have children. Men, please hear me. Your value is not dropped because you have children. Some of you, or some of us, me included, weren't taught how to properly wait until marriage to have children. So I'm speaking to the brothers that's trying to figure it out by themselves. I'm speaking to the women that's trying to figure it out by themselves. Love yourself and never lower your value, regardless if you had children or not. Excuse me.
There you have it.
We 100% disagree on this one.
Okay.
The previous two, we had some overlap and we had some agreements. This one, we don't. I like to get to the core root of the problem. And I think that what we do as a culture and as a society is we enable bad behavior by saying that it's okay. And it's not. It's not. The person that you have children with, the person that you have sex with, that's your husband, that's your wife. Before any of these Western modern laws that then incentivize people to get married, the person that you opened up your legs to was your husband. And so we have too many broken homes, and we're trying to puzzle this thing and Tetris it together to justify that it makes sense. Now, is there circumstances, because I'm never going to speak on somebody else's situation. I speak in general. I don't know him. I would never speak on his children or his wife. That has nothing to do with me. I
appreciate that, brother.
Right? So I have the utmost respect for him and his family.
Thank you.
So I'm just speaking in general. All right? So I want to make sure that I preface that, because I don't want there to be any attacks. Right?
Understood.
But my point is that we need to get back to the core and the root, because if you removed the safety net, people would be more accountable for the things that they did and who they opened up their legs to. Right now, more than ever, there's a pandemic, an epidemic of women celebrating women having children out of wedlock. And we know that statistically speaking, that is a bad situation. You are more likely to end up in jail. You're more likely to join a gang. You're more likely to need therapy. You're less likely to be successful when it comes to future relationships. You're less likely to become a millionaire and earn as much. You're more likely to have debt as a result of student loan debt and things and so on and so forth. And so if we gonna solve for this problem as a culture, we have to remove the incentives for people to think that it's okay to have families outside of the covenant that God has ordained for us to have. Now, do circumstances happen? Absolutely. But it absolutely does not. That is not the majority. Most people are intentional. And let me address something else that he said. By the time that we are able to bust one, we know what's right and wrong. You know that you should not be having children out of wedlock. This is not something that we have to discover. At a very basic level, we know better. And that's why I can speak to men when I say the majority of men, especially black men, do not have children out of wedlock. That is a small minority of men that is populating the majority of these women, and we don't really want to hold them accountable because we know that women are the biggest consumers. And so again, I'm not here to make people feel good. I'm here to tell them the truth. No, I do not think that a man needs to practice becoming a father to a child that's not his and trying to figure it out to negotiate and work with another man that wants to probably at some point participate in this child's life because it is a zero-sum game. And I know so many people that regret the day that they ever decided to get into a relationship with a woman that then ultimately should have went back to her child's father. Go back to your child's father and work it out. Because that's the person that you created the covenant with. That's the person that you married according to God's law. Go fix it. That's what you need to do.
Now, what if?
So now he laid that out. And besides the God stuff and all stuff that most people don't want to rock with, okay. I totally agree. You create the house, you facilitate, you must find ways to fix it. Now there's an exception to the rule that if you and her are violent from the start, physically fist fighting, slapping, all stuff from the start. Matter of fact, you shouldn't have no kids if y'all are engaged in domestic physical violence. That's a big, big, big red flag. No. And I notice with us as community, how we communicate, especially the ladies, they communicate mostly by their words and by their physical altercations with said black man. And to you gentlemen that are not the ones that so much eager to be putting your hands on these ladies, but you find some that might be, you need to start creating distance and start to spot the signs immediately. Person, you about to say something? I hear your mic rumbling.
I ain't gonna say nothing, but it's just, I just come here to talk about this. I'll catch you next live stream. I'm getting sleepy right now, sir.
Hey, go ahead. Thank you. Like I said, do not engage in those type of behaviors. And as men, we're responsible for every little action or people that surround us personally. And we should keep it at that, What's this you reading? Okay. So at the end of the day, anytime you deal with women like that, stay away from them. But anyhow, let's keep going. But yeah, if you're a man, you should not really engage and be a father already. You need to give yourself more time. You need to build your own family within something that's not been full. Yeah. All right, let's keep going. Now, Ya's going to push back on it, and he's going to have some disagreement because he has an audience. You know how it is.
What if a woman is saying that this man is just absolutely egregious? That's just somebody I was. It's not even something that I can repair, go back to.
It's not about you.
How do you give that woman?
It's not about her. It's about the child. Everything that you do at that point to bring somebody into this world that didn't ask to be here is what's best for the child. You remove yourself. You got to put down with self and up with God. What is in the best interest of that child? Is it in the best interest of that child for you to be raising that child in a two-parent household with the father? And if so, why didn't you think about that before you opened up your legs to him? Because we got over 100 different forms of contraception. It's not about how you feel. It's about the child. I do the thing that's in the best interest of my child, not me. I put myself last. But I also understand that the things that I do in my greatness, she's the beneficiary of it. And I would never, ever, under any circumstance, let another man raise my child.
And that's beautiful. What he's saying is beautiful.
Yeah, and that goes to show that most men, if you really care about your children, and you dealt with this so-called woman that decided to end the relationship and move on, yeah, you should be involved and have a big issue if any man comes into your baby mama's life and you have a son and especially a daughter, you will be weary and have a side eye of what is going on here. Remember, some of the abuse that these children do experience is not also by hand by the mother. It's also by the so-called stepdaddy on the average. Is it always the case? Not really. But it is always by the so-called numbers that there is a correlation between the abuse from either the mother or the stepdaddy or a boyfriend, whatever you want to call it. Because this man doesn't have the same affinity, the same love or respect to that child because it's not his kid. Let that sink in, people. All right, let's keep going.
And he's coming from a place of being raised by mother and father. But you have so many women that never seen their father. They've never known that a woman should get married before they have children.
They did know.
Hold on, bro. Let me speak. Because majority of young girls are they're starting to lose their virginities at very young ages as children, looking to replace that feeling of not having a father. They just want to feel some form of masculine love. So if this child made a mistake at 15 or made a mistake at 16 by sleeping with the wrong man that promised her the world, oh, baby, I love you. Oh, baby, I'm thankful for you. Oh, baby, I'll never leave you. And she got into this woman's head because, like you said, fathers should know and teach their daughters right for wrong. You do agree, correct? Mm-hmm. So if the father isn't there and she's running behind a masculine energy and this man is saying, I love you, I'll never leave you, I'll never cheat on you, and she falls in love with this man now saying, I want your body. If you love me, let me get your body. She doesn't know right for wrong because she didn't see no man growing up. Now she gives this man the body. Mm-hmm. Now a child is born. That means that this man right here that doesn't have any children should not get with her?
Absolutely not.
Come on, brother.
Absolutely not.
Come on, brother.
100%.
Come on, brother.
Now, like I said before, and I'll say this again, about the not only out of wedlock, but also young children that are, I think now teenagers, having intercourse very early. The secret that's never been told, and I did not know this because when I was coming up, it was kind of foreign a little bit to find when I'm hearing stories that kids that's not even teenagers are having intercourse, right? It lets you know how far non-progressive or how degenerate our society has become. This ain't the 1900s. Hell, this ain't even the 1800s. At one time, most young people, when they reach teenagers, they are more likely to have children. Roughly at an early age of 14, 15, and 16, and mostly would be married and paired off. Now we're at a point now where people are not thinking or want to have children. And if the children do come, it usually is snare because the intercourse was good, while mostly children are coming in the world, personally. To find that, young girls are having these children early. Or not early, I say they're having intercourse early because remember, the system promotes and teaches intercourse. And not only intercourse, they teach all forms of degenerate intercourse. The point is this, that someone's introducing this thing that they call intercourse, sex early, because we are an over-sexualized society. And right now, because this is creating a taste, a desire for a lot of young women and young boys that it's okay once you get it in, that you should continue engaging it. And I call bunk. And that's not a good thing. So I can't really sympathize too much from Yada, because that's the fault of not only the side, but the parents. Right there. Two parents or not. It is your responsibility to try to prevent and teach your sons and your daughters, when the time is appropriate, about this thing we call sex. It should not be left in the hands of the institution we call school. If you leave school to teach your children about life, you fail. That's all. All right, let's keep going. Farious.
Come on, brother.
Listen, at a very early age, I was never going to not have a child, or I was never going to have a child out of wedlock. It's just the facts. We was never going to co-parent. I was never going to have another man in my child's life.
And that's beautiful.
And this is the sentiment of most men, especially black men. This is a norm within our culture. Go and look it up. It's data. It's statistics. This is not my opinion. This is a fact. And again, I'm going to go back to the core of what I said in the very first conversation. You can solve for 99% of all men that are doing the wrong thing, and 1% of men can populate the majority of the earth with women that choose to be with this one man. At some point, every single person, including women, have to be accountable for the thing that they did and open up their legs to. And we also know that women are the ones that initiate the majority of the divorces. So they're walking away from their households and becoming single parents by choice. This isn't something that they're being forced to. So when because he's a great salesman, I got to give you that.
Come on, brother.
No, you're phenomenal.
Come on, brother.
You do the whole crying thing.
Come on,
oh my
brother.
God.
Come on, bro.
I
You're showing sassiness right now. Come on, brother.
No. This is what
you said.
Come on,
we men now, brother.
No, listen.
Come on, we men
now.
now.
Oh my God.
Come on now, brother.
I didn't know a man, and so as a result, I was looking for love, and so I had this child. You know what I hear? Excuses.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up. God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
Let me.
Yeah. You hear just excuses. I did not know. I didn't imagine. I thought he was this, that. You didn't think nothing. Beep. You did not think of nothing, because what do you expect? And we all know that the reason of intercourse, let's keep real, it does produce outcomes. So stop the cap, please. Stop it, ladies. Now, for the most of the gentlemen that's sitting there hitting it raw and shoot the club, they know as well. That's why the ones that do knock up you ladies, a lot of men, let's be honest, we have no sympathy for those dudes that really take the greatest risk and shoot up the club. We just don't. Because they know where this is going to end. So don't think that men feel that we're going to take the side of certain dudes that sit there deliberately put themselves in that situation. We just don't. We just don't know. We just don't. We don't. And this is the honest truth. All right, let's keep going. Farious.
Let me add on something real quick, right?
You're a great salesman.
This man right here.
I see why you got a great product.
This man, thank you, brother.
Yeah, you got
this man right here.
Hey, you see that? And they smiling. See that? It's a game, ladies. It's a game. And you give him your time and attention, and you buy his stuff. That's what keeps him business. That's all that matters. Anyhow, Farious.
I don't want to attack Antón. Let me say
can't.
that. No, hold on.
My life is perfect.
I want to make sure my words is accurate. Let me not try to attack Antón. Let me say it like that. It's toxic to teach a woman to stay in a home where there's no form of love or safety or security, because that teaches the woman, the young child, it teaches the young girl that she should grow up and stay in a relationship with a man that's abusive, that attacks her mentally and physically, emotionally. We have to understand the majority of women will not leave a place where she feels safe. She will not leave a place where she feels loved.
You see the Antón rubbing his head. He's saying in his mind, this nigga right here, this bullshit right here, the audacity of this nigga. You're still trying to protect the chick. Wow. You know, gentlemen like Yada Waken, the way how you put out his content, you know, it doesn't leave room for little error in regards to saving the chick. It baffles me that you ladies, you have to worry about being accountable. They got dudes out here that will just say and tell, you know, black men to, and wag a finger and black men say, don't do it, bad black man. Don't attack her. She's a queen. She is my queen. Yeah. I call bunk. Anyhow, various.
Men keep screaming that women are leaving men or divorcing men in high numbers because these women are no longer happy. They no longer feel safe. They're not being financially provided for. Mm-hmm. They're taking care of grown men. Mm-hmm. And I know brothers, right, that are amazing fathers, amazing fathers, and raising their bonus children. These bonus children aren't curses. They're blessings. And any man that's able to lead another child that's not biologically his, I salute you. Because the average man will not understand that. Again, Antón was raised in a home with two parents, which is beautiful. Like I can't.
And he's saying that like that's a knock on me.
Hold on. No, I'm saying it's beautiful.
He
it's
keep
beautiful.
mentioning it like that's something that's what you're supposed to do.
Brother. No, it's beautiful that he was raised in a home with two parents, but a lot of people didn't have the privilege of seeing that. So they're making mistakes, brother. They're making mistakes.
And that's a part of life. You gotta understand. If we're not making mistakes, small or big mistakes, by default, you're not learning. In life, there's winners and losers. Now, you should not be losing every time, but you should always, and I mean always, keep in mind that you're going to lose. And I'll say this always on my channel. Embrace failure. Embrace losing. Because with the amount of falls on your head, there's going to be room for success, one way or the other. And the more you lose and keep losing until it clicks in you, you'll never know how to really succeed. And even if you succeed, you'll still lose. And the reason I'm saying is because there's no such thing as perfection. So most people don't tell us, or any content creator don't tell us, I'm going to say this person, embrace the failure now. Fail as much time as you can. So it leaves the possibility or the room of some form of success down the line. Once you start faking and moving in that court, things will go better and move better in your life. Trust me on this. All right.
Mistakes. She fell in love with the wrong. She fell in love with the wrong man. Whatever happened. But ladies, do not allow this man up here to make you feel like you're not deserving of a man. Or man, if you're in a relationship with a woman that has children, do your thing. I salute you. It takes a real man to be able to step up and be a father when no one else is.
No, it's not about do your thing. It's about going back to the thing that you committed to in the first place. And again, they always keep saying, do your thing. I'm surprised you ain't said queen at some point.
Queen?
Do your thing, queen. Do your thing,
So, Antón,
queen.
let me ask you this question.
At some point, you need to hold your parents accountable, right? Because again, we keep hanging this on the hats of men instead of hanging it on the hats of the people that came before you and put you in this position in the first place.
I agree.
So let's remove this whole thing that is on men. It's not. It's not on all men. That's bullcrap.
What's not on all men?
It's not on this whole narrative of what we see in the culture. This is not a black man thing. The majority of men. So stop making up this narrative of an abusive household. Was he abusive? Wait. No.
That's what I'm saying.
No, let me finish. This is my question to you. Right. Was he abusive before you opened up your legs to him?
Now can I speak? That's cool with you.
I asked you a
That's
question.
good. Brother, we have men that are some pro finessers. They will give a woman a representation of themselves. And when they've got their hooks into the woman, they turn into something different. No woman in her right mind is going to be in a relationship with a man that's negative, Nancy, breaking her down mentally, physically, and spiritually, not providing for her financially. No, they get the hooks in her. And then when he feels like he's got her in love and all she knows is him, he turns into something different. All I'm saying to you, brother, this is what I want. No, I need you to hear this. I need you to hear this. Every woman that has had a child and is not with the man aren't bad people. And every man that had a child and not with the woman is not bad people. We keep saying a man shouldn't be with a woman that has children. Why? Because she have her children, but this man has children and children aren't with them? We have to make sense of this. Why do we keep saying, man, don't be with a woman with children, but we're not saying nothing by the man that's not taking care of his children or there for his children?
I want to actually ask that question right.
Well, like I said, when we talk about the marriage is only insecurity. Now, I'm going to say this. Marriage is beyond a contract. It is that binding covenant between man and woman. That this is what, to the best of your ability, you're going to fulfill these obligations and role where you and her will get the best outcomes so that you make it through and walk through life, not alone, but as a union. But we lost that. That's why you see they create these vows the way it is, because they know anything will happen. Are you willing to outwither the storm? That's what really builds an actual real relationship, and even go as far as a marriage. Now, someone wrote, one person wrote, let me see, hold on, make sure it's popped up here. One second, I'm read your comment a second. Hold on. Okay, it's always clear. All right, I'm gonna read the comment. This Yada weekend got about 7 charges on him, including child abuse and assaults, while his ex exposed him as a bum that is hustling somebody. Yes, I heard of that. I'm aware of that. I remember a brother, our good friend, from the sector, did some videos on this. I was unable to put it on here. For a reason, I didn't really come across it, or I came across it, but I didn't really have the time to really invest time put it on there. But it shows that for you to make money and really make money, and I'm gonna say this, and for those, please support the channel, guys. You know this channel make the money. For those that's wearing, as you know, no one gave a super chat or I tell you anybody donate. And the reason why, because many reasons. I'll tell you one important reason, because this channel does not cater roughly the female species. Now, there might be some videos and streams I might say some that might be good and positive about women, but overall there's not really much of all, because there is a certain entitlement when people think that they are far above approach, which is ladies. So you find men like Yada will come out the woodwork, say some sweet words here and there, tell women what they want to hear, and he gets a very substantial, heavy, big audience with little effort. Now, me as a man talking about content that doesn't really pick too much of a side. I mean, I respect black men, so I'm not gonna say nothing bad unless there's something really evident that needs to be shown as an example. You're not gonna see on this channel much me talking really bad about black men in general. And the reason why that is because black men that's doing what they have to do, they're not here trying to do more harm than good amongst the community and amongst other black men, the ones that are respectful. Now, the ones that do the harm and do the nonsense and degenerate in our communities are the ones that are mama raised kids. They think and operate their mother, and thus, in result, they conduct their activities and their behaviors towards other men like a chick. And we all know how this ends. When women's emotional, they get violent. And they get so violent, it takes the man or someone else to pull them off. If a man gets violent, there's only two things that's going to happen. Either he gets locked up or he gets put under. No in between. No in between. So, guys, we like this show and respect it. And the link is for people to come up, is in the chat room. Please support the channel. You know what to do, guys.
I want my money.
I told you.
Where is my money?
Betty. Bring me everyone.
I need my money. I need my money.
What do you mean everyone?
All right. Let's continue with the stream. Various.
A Little Mermaid movie that he just made right there.
Let me ask this real quick because I want to know if you also feel that the way about men as well, because you got a daughter yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If you're giving her some instruction, would you pretty much instruct any woman? Is it the same rule that women should also stay away?
I would not tell a
from
woman
men?
that don't have children to marry a man with children.
Okay.
I'm not biased on this. I'm consistent across the board. I don't think that it's in a could she possibly marry a good guy? Could a guy possibly marry a good woman that got absolutely, but I would never advise it because I would never tell somebody to do something that I wouldn't do myself. I'm consistent in that. And let me correct them for a minute.
Please.
Nobody said that they were bad people.
Okay.
That's just not your people. Everybody that's a good person is not for you. Everybody that's in a situationship is not supposed to be a part of your network. Every person that's doing something good or well, they don't deserve to necessarily be in your life because your journey is different. And so I never said anybody was a bad person, but I would never advise a man to do something that I wouldn't do myself. And I would never, ever go and talk to a woman that have children
Well,
with
when
another
you say
man.
they're not
and
your
I believe,
people, what does that mean?
And what I would tell her is to go back with your child's father. And it doesn't mean that she can't have love. If you can finesse a man into doing it, then do so. But I would never advise my guys to do that.
When you say not your people, what does that mean?
It can mean anything. It can mean that we're not equally yoked. Maybe we don't need to do business together. Maybe we are going in two different directions. Maybe we have two different belief systems. It's a lot of different things that can identify whether or not a person is your person or your people and not.
Okay, so are you telling people they should be in relationships even though it's toxic just
No,
because of the child?
I never said that.
So when should they part ways?
I don't think that they should have got it together in the first place because you know who a
If we're
person.
already there, brother, if we're already there.
I specifically said no. I don't address if we already there.
Right.
This is
what we're talking about. We're talking about adults,
I address literally. You have to take ownership and responsibility for it. I don't believe that people are getting finessed like you painted the picture. I believe because that's to say that women aren't smart. Because how did you get so smart afterwards, but you wasn't smart enough to be able to identify that he was a POS when you got with him?
The answer is simple. Because he threw that thing at her. And not only that, she was stigmatized. Like, stigmatized. To the point, she got to have one. And this is why, I heard, and this is, why the more pure you are, the better. If you could get there, ladies. And knowing 9/10 time, because, sex has been pushed so heavily in Western culture. It's hard if you didn't get knocked up or you didn't lose any of your, how to say, it's hard to be clean on here. But you get what I mean. If you didn't lose your virginity, you might survive. You might have a more better chance, maneuvering out here in these streets, unless somebody took it. But on that, and once you start having intercourse, no matter what part of your development, it's hard for you to roll back the hand of time because now the desire has been created and you have to fulfill your desire. And by fulfilling that, you're going to have to go seek out attention from dudes, not only with their eyes, but also physically. So I leave it there. I ain't going more because I'm trying to keep it PG-13. Or anyway, fair use, fair use. Let's keep going.
That's literally telling y'all that y'all idiots. You're not an idiot. You're not dumb. Most women know who the dude is that they got with and who they chased before they got with him and opened up their legs to him. You know that. That's why they say get married. Marry before you carry. That's why they say that.
So let's, because I get you pretty much talking prevention.
Correct.
Not necessarily in the situation, but I actually want to go to the situation because right now our culture is facing this situation in large numbers, Antón. So I want to get your consult for the people now in the situation because we get your stance, not putting us there.
I told you, go back with your child's father.
But here's the thing. If we have identified as well, to Yada's point, that the brother is, at this point, not working on himself, pretty much unqualified at this point to lead and manage a family, may not even have the desire to, do you still recommend that woman put herself in that position? Or should she...
In what position specifically?
To be in a relationship with this type of man? Or should she go about parting ways and trying to find, just run it, be a single mom?
Listen, I took my vows serious. I don't believe in parting ways. It's death till death do us part in sickness and in health, for richer or for poor.
These are single women, though, by the way.
Well, you said part ways.
Well, again, a woman who got pregnated by a man, they're not married.
That's your husband. That's your husband. What are we talking about? You can't take it back. Ain't no take backs. We in this. It's me and you till we die. We gonna figure it out.
I don't believe I'm hearing this.
No. They asked me the question.
I never believe I'm hearing this.
We gonna figure it out. We gonna work it out. We gonna do it. We gonna make it happen. We gonna take on the world and we gonna take over the world.
And I'm not sure anything was wrong with that. I mean, he's keeping real. You're gonna work it out like any other couple. That's how it works. Keep going, Face.
It's some things that we gonna have to figure out together. But you just can't leave after you got somebody pregnant. You can't leave after you get pregnant. What you talking about? That's your husband.
Man, listen, hold on.
That's your husband.
Listen to me. Listen to me, ladies. If you're in a relationship with a man, you're pregnant, or if you have children by this man, and this man is not being a man in your life, leave him. If this man is breaking you down mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, leave him and make sure he gets himself together. And if he can't get himself together to keep you in his life, that's not the man for you. Leave. I don't care what this brother talking about. That makes no sense, and it's devilish. It's too many women being killed by toxic men because they want to stay for emotional reasons of the children.
Now, he says some bullshit right there. And it goes back to the notion and the statement that these slaves are dying every 1.6 seconds. No. They're not. You in these relationships, whether you're with the Pookie or wherever the hell you want to call him, right? He's not deciding one day to say, you ain't do what I'm saying. I'm going to take your life. No, it doesn't work like that. Most of the violence right now is bi-directional, unfortunately. Bi-directional. Women are initiating and I think this is just me. I think within our community and in this Western culture, Black folks, we're prone to be very violent with each other without no remorse. But if we step outside our culture and our community, you don't see the same violent activities with other groups of people. These women that are violent towards Black men are not violent when they're in relationships with Zaddy. Oh, we going there. You're not as violent when you're around Black men, but you're not around violent with Zaddy. Matter of fact, you embrace Zaddy. If Zaddy takes his hand and gives you the work of God, it's okay. In your mind, he has the one possession, the trophy that you desire to earn. And that is white skin. And that white skin removes all imperfections, and the sins. And black man, for those that had to be violent, or you worry that you got that from your stupid mother. Now your father might play a role, and he has to defend himself, and you might get on some bad tendencies. But overall, for you to find stories as men being violent, it takes a lot, and it goes beyond the thug dudes. Because the thug dudes, they have no remorse. They're gonna do what they're gonna do anyway. Because one, women like it, and two, if they do it and they harm women so badly, they might find themselves going to jail. But overall, violence is an issue amongst our community, and it is bi-directional. And when they talk about saying that women's get underlined, nah, they're not like that. So, anyhow, let's keep going. Various.
Think about yourself, because you can't properly protect your child if you're being abused on any type of level, if you're not being provided for on any type of level. Love yourself enough to know when to leave. If not, you will pour this childhood trauma onto your child.
We use extreme words, and in order for him to even survive this debate, he got to use extreme words like abuse.
Oh, come on, bro.
Right? Because again, we're supposed to be talking to the majority, not the minority. People leave each other because they don't like each other, or because it's a difficult financial situation, or because they fall out of love, or because they have lust for somebody else. Of course, there are extreme circumstances where you don't stay in a situation. If you're getting beat up on, because that goes without saying, we shouldn't even have to address that. Of course, you shouldn't stay in an abusive situation. But again, he's using extreme versions of the conversation in order to be able to survive, when in reality, we talking about people that's just walking away because they don't like the person, or they don't like his financial situation, or they don't like what it is that they think this is going on in his life or her life, or she see her friend and she get influenced by it. That's what we talking about. Most people are not just walking away because, oh man, every man... Come on, man.
A woman does not walk away from a place where she feels happy and she's stable on each and every level. A woman will never walk away from a man where she feels secure on each and every level. His man stepped out of a fantasy.
Look, extremes. Now we saying that a woman will never walk away from a man if she feels secure. Most women don't even know what they don't even feel like themselves after they have a child and they got postpartum.
Come on, brother.
Boom. Oh my goodness. I'm loving this.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
Yeah, I like this. Antón dropped some bomb. Listen, these ladies don't even care if they drop children. They're still going to act us up regardless. Talking about she's not leaving. She'll leave when the time is right. Women leave when they're bored. Let's keep it real. There's no really incentive now for women to really stay in any relationships, person, because the necessity for needing a man is very much not required in a highly technical society here in the West, especially. So, if men are not needed, what women are doing? All right, they're acting and conducting themselves like men. Matter of fact, black women, they are competing with black men because they are the man. Let's keep it real. Let's have that conversation. They are the man. So obviously they're gonna think they move better. They're gonna actually say they're better because let's be honest. They are men in their mind. And a lot of men have not come to realization that a lot of black women think and move like they're men. So when you talk about submission and femininity, it's not in them because they have really accepted to become a man. They instead become their actual nature in this woman, regardless of the circumstance. So let that sink in. All right, let's keep going. Fairies.
No. Tell me it's not true.
No, you're right.
Most women don't even know what they feel like when they have postpartum. And a lot of times these women are leaving situations when a child is an infant, when they're young.
Yep.
So if we talking about feelings, because that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about purpose. See, love is not about how you feel.
Right.
Love is what you do.
I agree.
And so it's an endurance test. Even the word of God. The prize isn't given to the person that run the swift. It's given to the person that endureth to the end. It's not a feeling. You might feel some type of way right now. That's why the word says that you can't let the sun go down on your wrath, because you then have to absolve for that. Because when you wake up in the morning, you're going to be a completely different person, right? So I'm not going off of feelings. I'm going based off of what is the current situation. And again, it's not about me. It's about the child. So you may feel a certain type of way right now, but we going to work this out. We not leaving. We not getting divorced. Again, we going to use his extreme example of getting your head cracked in. Don't stick around when you're getting your head cracked in. But I'm speaking to the majority. Don't just leave just because you feel a certain type of way about
Ladies.
Ladies.
If you feel unsafe.
Yeah, look at it. Antón said, look at this nigga right here. You're going to pander to the end. You're damn right he's going to pander. He needs to keep his fan base going. He needs to keep them money rolling. He needs to keep you buying them products rolling. He can't take your side, Negro. He'll go broke. Oh, God. Anyhow, fairies.
If this man is not leading you to the best version of yourself, if he's not being that guide, that leader, and that protector, leave that man. I don't care about no form of fantasies, period. And men, if you're doing everything you know to do for your woman, to keep her happy, to love her, to protect her and guide her, and she's still doing things that you don't recommend, or she's going out there doing things she has no business doing, leave that woman. If not, your children will reap the hurt and the pain of that cycle. We have to break these generational curses. We have to.
This man is going to have y'all jacked up. He going to have y'all absolutely toe up. He going to ruin your life. He going to ruin your child's life. He going to ruin your family's life. Take this and really replay it and pay attention to what, because see, this is not even about winning a debate right now. This is about the culture. This is about your family. This is a life decision. This is not something that I'm just going to easily say something and say, hey, you should just leave. No, you should really seek counseling. You should really get together with your pastor. You need to go to God and pray on his behalf. You need to pray over that man at night and get your olive oil. You need to go and convene with the people of your elders and first understand.
Man said all praises, but you up here paying some women. Stop it, Joe. Stop it, bro. Stop it, please. And guys, make sure you hit the like button and please support the channel. Either super chat, cash app will be accepted. All right.
And whether or not it's you and it's not him, because you may be feeling some type of way based off of a bad influence in your life. This is not something that you just play around with. You don't just leave when you got a child in a situation from somebody that you've committed to and opened up your legs to and you've gave your body to. That's not something that we just easily just walk away from and just say, oh no, just leave. Leave him if you feel unsafe. No, you need to do every single thing in your power and leverage every single resource that you can in order to ensure that this is the thing that you are not supposed to be in based off of something that you can't control. You don't just willy-nilly just walk away from a situation and think that that's going to be conducive for your child. Because if you knew better, then you wouldn't be in that situation in the first place. Your judgment is already off, and that's why you need elders. That's why you need guidance. That's why you need mentors. That's why you need pastors and preachers. That's why you need a community to lord over you. That's what the community really meant. It wasn't about just taking care of a child. It was shepherding over the people that didn't know any better about themselves. And if you listen to this person, he going to mess your family up. Don't do that.
The women.
Let's close out here.
Hold on, real quick.
Right after this, I got a question. The final question.
Real quick. No woman left after the first time, the second time, the third time, the fourth time, the fifth time, the sixth time. They don't pray to God, got on their knees, talk to the pastor. These women ain't just leaving these men. They emotionally invested to them, loved them, gave them the body. They're tired. They're mentally falling apart. They're suffering from depression. And we're going to say, oh, stay there for the children. She's crying every night. Every night she's crying. But we want to put everything on the woman rather than, oh, keep your legs closed. This woman loved this man with her all, her mind, her body, and her soul. This is why she left. She sacrificed everything for this man, and he still has not changed. I would rather you leave a man than to your child to watch you cry every night because this man's verbally mistreating you, not properly taking care of you and treating you like you're trash. Ladies, you're not a doormat. You're not under a man. You're side by side with a man. If any man treats you like that, you know he's dealing with some deep-rooted childhood traumas.
So I want to ask this question right here because one thing that you said, Antón, was, you know, and I think you said you was very intentional when you stated this.
You know, everybody was always, I hear this question flowing around. They always ask, what is the solution? I say this, and I'll say this nicely and repeat this again. There's only trade-offs. There's no solutions. Black people, as we know it, you're not interested in no solution. Because solution requires change, direction, action, work. And most black people today are not willing to invest or do work to make or change the outcomes in their lives or just in outcomes in general. So, you know, you can run me with that, but, you know, at the end of the day, you know, we like the complaining. We like where we're at because we're comfortable. It's that simple. Various.
You said I wouldn't tell somebody without kids, man or woman, to date somebody else with children. Mm-hmm. Does your insight change or does your advice change if you're giving somebody advice with children? Do you now advocate for somebody to date somebody with children if they already have children?
No, I'm still saying you need to go back with your baby daddy.
And that's for men and women?
Yes.
Do you feel like that's the same across the board?
I think you need to fix your family. I want to see families together.
Yeah.
I don't want to see this remixed version of what we think makes sense in society. I want to see preventative maintenance. I think that we need to be more proactive instead of reactive. And I want to see families together with their biological parents. I don't want to see this remixed version of this. And that's what my advice would be.
And I agree in the perfect world. In the perfect world, I completely agree. But the sad part, we're not in the perfect world. People make mistakes. People are led astray. But in the perfect world, yes, but I agree with you in the perfect world. Sorry, this is not the world we live in.
There you have
You gotta
it.
pour your money.
Incredible.
What I want to do here, I want to go ahead. Can we get a poll just to get a temperature of who people rocking with right now? I want to get the Antón and Yada poll up. Let's just get a general sense of it. We actually got a poll that's still alive now.
Yeah,
right?
let me close this. We're
Let's
going to have
close
this
it
one
out.
open for 28 minutes, guys. Should men date women with children? You heard from both Yada and Antón. 60% is 60-40. 60% of people say yes.
60% say yes. Very interesting. I want to drop that other poll just to get a sense of it. Matter of fact, how about
Just drop
this?
it in the chat.
Just drop it in the chat.
Yeah.
Yada and Antón, I want to get a temperature of the room. I want to see where people are. We're moving into round 4. This is the final round. If you're ready for the final round, drop final round in the chat because I want to go ahead.
Right.
I'm very excited for this one here.
Super chat's going crazy. Shout out to MTR, Mediocre Tutorials. He says Antón is absolutely cooking. Big shout out to HR for putting this convo together. Make sure you follow Mediocre Tutorial Reviews. That's actually where it does. Out to Danny Shear with that purple, like a man with concepts of a plan.
Having these conversations, bringing all of our followers, our listeners into one environment and having hard conversations.
Right.
Because we had a situation a few episodes ago. I had my brother Anthony O'Neill on. I had my brother Wall Street Trapper on. There was a sister who claimed that brothers over 40 and single were actually red flags. The interesting thing is a lot of the culture actually says the same about the ladies. We didn't talk about the ladies, but I want to bring that here to this conversation. Because who we started with last? Did we start with my man Yada last round?
We started with Antón and ended with Yada last round.
So we're going back to Antón. Because here we go, Antón. Would you say it is a red flag if a woman is, let's say, 35 plus and single? Is that a red flag?
No.
Okay.
I don't think that that's a red flag. I don't think that a lot of things that society and the culture says is red flags is a red flag. I don't think that a woman that don't have children by 40 is a red flag. Right? I just think that, again, I don't think that we're a monolith. I think that everybody is different. Their circumstances determine what their decisions are going to be, and then ultimately what their outcomes are. A woman that's over 35 and single, that's it? No, I don't think that that's a red flag at all. I mean, if she's single with children, then I think that that's a red flag, because then you have to start adding the context. Well, why do you break up with the person that you was with? Man, how many children do you have, and how many different baby fathers do you have, and all of that? But a woman that's 35 and single, she could have just been intentional, right? She could have just been focused on, her career, or, taking care of somebody that was at home, or, a lot of times it's a lot of men and women that are playing son husband or son, wife to parents that then had children to take care of them, which was selfish on the parents' part. But that woman could be responsible for that parent in that way, and she could have took on that burden, which is not her fault, and she shouldn't have to take on that burden. But I think that is nuance and it's context. So I don't personally look at a woman over 35 that's single, and that's just the criteria alone as a red flag. And let me also say this before you go. Okay. I think that we all have red flags.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Some of them bigger than others, right? Some of us have some things that we have to work on. It's a lifetime of work that we're doing, and we're evolving as we go. You're not going to be the same person at 20 as you are at 30. You're going to be a different person at 40 than you are at 30, and so on and so forth. And so I think that everybody has red flags, green flags, and so on. The conversation I think that we miss is, what are you willing to live with and work through? Because we're looking for this ideal person, and we'll say, okay, well, they have to make this amount of money, or they have to be this far in their career, or they have to be a Greek, or they have to be in a fraternity or a sorority, and all of these different criteria. But we're not looking at the thing that you're willing to work through, because the thing that determines whether or not you're going to stay together is the problems, not the things that you like about the person. The things that you're willing to endure through when they're growing and evolving past that point. Even when it comes to financially, again, I spoke a lot on younger people, 20, 21, 22 years old. You may be looking at a guy that has all of the things that you want in life financially, and he may be 30, 40, right? He may be 40, 50. Now, you don't want to endure with this guy that ultimately is going to get there, and he has your best interest at heart. He has better character. He actually believes in God, right? And we see a lot of women walk away from that for the glitz and the glam and for the highlights. You see what I'm saying? So I don't think that that's a red flag on him. I just think that that's a growth opportunity, but she don't want to be with that guy because the culture that we live in is saying to go with the guy that got all of the money instead of going with the guy that actually has the better interest in you that ultimately is going to translate to the best situation for the both of y'all. So I don't look at a woman over 35 alone as just a red flag. I don't look at that.
Yada, what's your thoughts on that question?
Well, we could probably agree. I'll say it is somewhat a red flag because today, if you're not a virgin, and even you're a virgin, let me make myself bigger. If you are a virgin, right? Okay. It's okay to hope, wait, and anticipate to maybe find a dude to become someone's wife. Now, in my assessment, and this is just me, it would be prefer because right now there are very few men now, and it's actually growing from what I've noticed. And if you guys would not notice, or just me, write in the comment section if you reach far to this stream, that there are males right now that are virgins, just and probably more virgins than women. And that speaks volumes. That either these dudes don't either attempt to try to get some, or they downright can't get none right now. Unless they're paying for it. Nonetheless, there are a growing number of more virgin males than women. And the reason why that is because women are the gatekeepers and their whole access to sex. And not to mention if you're a woman that or a young girl becoming a woman and you became a woman and you never gave up your box, right? You might have some more to the table in the cards in regards to the vitality and preservation of your thing. But that only goes so far to a certain point in life and age. Now, normally, if you're not thinking and moving accordingly, a man's gonna look at that as funny, especially if you're a woman that's, I'm sorry to say, it's 30 and a virgin. If you're a woman that's 30, that's something that a man not gonna really pay attention and look at much. And the reason I'm telling you, ladies, this person, it's not really a flex once you're 30 and you're still a virgin as a woman. Personally. And the reason why that is because a few men that might got some, or what they consider those type of, I don't like to use the word, but let's say they're pookies and rays, or they're beyond a lane. Last thing they want to deal with is a woman that's not experienced. And if they're like that old and never gave up that, a man's gonna look at that and look at side. Some of you will find it weird to say, okay, if you're like in your 20s, maybe virgin, maybe okay, I understand. But when you're 30, it lets you know, saying, damn, who you holding that for Jesus? Yeah, a lot of dudes gonna find it weird, ladies. And I've known very few women on social media that still has not give up the thing. I mean, it's what it is. But it's weird when you're 30 and you never had intercourse. A dude's gonna look down on that, in general. Now, if a man's a virgin and you're virgin, he can't look down on it because he's pure. He has not bust nut in a woman, and you have not taken no seed or essence of a man. It could work. And be honest, it probably would work much better if both of y'all were virgins. That would go much further. But in the perfect world, it's very rare you find someone that's virgin. And I find this story that a lot of women that's virgins, this thing I hear now, young women that's virgins, they're not so eager to find a man that's virgin, which is stupid. Because, and the reason why I say it's stupid, because first of all, you're clean and pure. You have not been spoiled. He's pure and clean. He's not spoiled. That's probably the best engagement in really union to start off with. Because the amount of disease that's out here, allegedly, or that's really out here, is really because people are over-sexualized. They're engaged in behaviors, degenerate sexual rituals that will cause dis-ease, for those that don't know. So to say this, it's weird if you're woman, you're that old and you never got some. A man's gonna get you weirdo. It's that simple. Because they look at men as weirdos that's unfortunate up there in age, but it's definitely, you're a weirdo lady if you're 30 and you're still pure. I'm just saying. Now, I'm not saying you should go out there and just knock off your virginity. I would say you should prioritize your youth and your virginity as best as possible. And you need to get out of this dating pool as possible. Do not waste time. If you are, especially a religious person, either a Muslim or a Christian, and you believe in those church values, it would make more sense. You better go find your mates through another church institution. Roughly. Either that, or you're gonna play, you're gonna take a risk out here in these streets. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyhow, fair use. I'm gonna wrap this up.
Question, brother.
I agree completely with the brother. The only thing that I disagree with is him saying if the woman is over the age of 35 with children. Some women have given men their youth and been married 20 plus years, and the relationship just didn't work, and they parted ways, some peacefully, some toxic. But I believe that woman is in a place of healing. So I think all women, regardless of their age, if they're single and working on themselves, I don't see that as a red flag. And like my brother said, I believe that we all have red flags, and we should really get with people that can deal with that red flag.
There you have it. Honestly, man, again, I think a lot of overlay and overlap. And it's interesting because I know you brothers very well as far as your content and what you speak about. And although you guys have a lot of differences, there is a lot of overlap in your perspective, which is very interesting. But that's why I'm happy that we was able to get some nuance here in this conversation. What I actually want to do here, because we always like to get like your first time.
Before you end, I wanna say this to Antoine, brother. Thank you.
No, thank you
for coming here, man, and being respectful. You're a funny guy. you're a funny guy, but man, you came here, man. Your brother's very intelligent. You articulated yourself very well, man. And I'm blessed to have you as my brother, even though I might not agree with everything. I am blessed to have you as my brother, and this is my little brother, man.
No, but let me also say that I do appreciate him, right? I do appreciate you, and that I actually see value. Of course, we gonna acknowledge the stuff that we agree on, right? But I see value in engaging in conversations, respectful dialogue with people that may have a difference of opinion in me. And I think that a lot of times people want to see people in an echo chamber, but I don't think that there's any growth in that, because there are some things that he said that I'm going to take into consideration,
likewise,
and evaluate and say, you know what, did he have something there that I kind of overlooked? And so I see value in you. I see value in your conversation.
Likewise.
I think that you are a blessing to the culture, especially as an example of how it is that you guide over your family.
Thank you, bro.
And so I have a lot of respect for you, even though we may disagree and we gonna have some dialogue, and we entertaining for the people and stuff. But I do respect you, and I do have a lot.
Hey, guy, I have to add this too. I watched a few videos last night of this brother. I have to say, this is the first time I've seen this brother so respectful, and I believe. Hold on. But I believe that it is because he was also given respect.
Absolutely,
and that's a fact. And
Shout
I
out to you, brothers.
also believe it has something to do with it's just some kind of Holy Spirit. It's a
Always
Holy Spirit
in the
inside of this
studio.
hardly initiated
Right,
studio.
always.
So it's something about the studio that does that. But I appreciate y'all coming. In
Yeah.
fact,
We're not done, though.
We're not done. Y'all listen. I understand we getting the closing statements going. If you familiar with Hardly Initiated, you know we always get the family involved in the conversation. But I understand that this was a passionate conversation, and you gonna come up here and try to give me your narrative and life story. So I'm brother closing remarks, but it seems like these brothers went ahead and got their closing remarks out.
They good. Lano, get ready to run that initiation hotline in just a second. I want to finish out with some of these super chats.
All right, I'm not going further. That's it for the stream. What time is it? All right, I'm good enough. All right, I guess no one that want to come up. I had the line. If y'all want to chop up for the last minutes, I give you a few minutes. But overall, in conclusion to all this, Yada, I can see why you make the money you do. And the only thing I could say is, more power to you, I guess. I mean, women want to be lied to and tell what they heard. If it works for you, it works for you. If I don't want to see no more, I don't want to see these ladies put this nonsense on my timeline on my social media of Yada Awake, because I have to find more information about the dude. And I could have probably shared the video that I got from the other brother, the old man, that shows document proof of his abuse a few years ago and all that stuff. But I chose not to. Well, I could have, but I didn't have time. So obviously I could have gone through with it and prolonged this, but I said, nah, I'm just gonna play the last so-called hour of this because it needs to be put out there. I don't think Yada's, in my opinion, if he's smart, I don't think he's gonna do more debates like this. In my opinion, it does not benefit him, it doesn't serve him well, because you go around having the argument defending black women as this in front of men that know better, not only know better, but understand the information at hand, and is pushing back on this narrative against black men. And a lot of ladies, be honest with you, you live in an echo chamber and you're comfortable with the echo chamber. And I'm saying this personally, echo chamber is done. You're going to take the reality as is You're gonna take the harsh truth, and only two things gonna happen: either you make the adjustment and improve, or a lot of black men is not gonna really deal with your shit. It's that simple. It's that simple. I'd like to thank everybody for watching today's stream. Hope you got some out of this, guys. I know I got some out of this. Wish I did this a little earlier, but things happen. Well, I make things happen, but nonetheless, it is what it is. Hold on. The links to follow me are the above. You can follow me on Twitter at Chaos97. You can add me on Facebook, Eric Graham Facebook. You can follow my Discord service. Also, follow me on Rumble, CRain23 on Rumble. And last but not least, become a member of the Chaos Rain Show as well. Membership has perks. And that's pretty much it. I know more people watch it, and I do appreciate those. Make sure you guys that's watching and now catch replay this and hit the like button and leave a comment. I'll be looking forward to reading this comment. Oh, and check other previous videos as well. I also got a little video that shows, this disproving about his audience. He has audience of women, gentlemen. He doesn't have audience of men in a bufferance of 7%. It's more like 10% roughly. So anyhow, I'm gone. Thank you for listening. Until next time. And next time. And like always, what the chick always say, she always blaming black men, and this is what she always say. I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done. Stay away from psycho like that. She's crazy. Crazy. Until next time. Thank you. Rain.